Good morning, everybody. Don't forget to, press the like button, subscribe, whatever, la da 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 da. It's it. I already lost too much time on that. Anyways, we're going to talk today about woke and politics. Mexican, are you tired of the PRI? Do you remember them? Venezuelans, are you tired of Chavez? Do you remember him? Cubans, are you tired of Castro? Are you all afraid of communism? Well, I'm here to tell you it's not communism. It is the person wearing it, wearing the control of your country, state, city, whatever. We here in Florida, we have a perfect example. We live in a democratic capitalistic state. Yet DeSantis, for his personal will, has decided to persecute any corporation that is ideologically opposed to him. We have a situation between Mickey Mouse and Ugly Pete. That would be Disney and DeSantis. DeSantis being Ugly Pete. So far, Mickey Mouse is winning. But see, this is not the will of the people. This is the will of DeSantis. That is the big crusher. Now, also, he has decided to take away parent rights by touting parent rights. In other words, you have a right to raise the right to raise your child as you want, unless the way you want to raise your child is ideologically different to his way of thinking. Then he will take away your child and your rights to be a parent. What the heck is this about? This would be to me pretty much communism. It's like, hey, the rights of the people are being eliminated. He has also decided to persecute LGBTQIA and schools as groomers. What do schools do? Schools teach children, barely try to teach children to read critically so they can think for themselves and decide, hey, is this the right or the wrong thing? Now they present various situations as in philosophy so that children can learn, hey, this is wrong in this logic. But DeSantis doesn't like that. He wants people that will just listen and be faithfully followers of him. LGBTQI, they just want to be left alone. They want to be able to live the life with the same rights as everybody else. They don't want to be hiding in the closet. They don't want to be treated as something offensive, as a virus that has to be hidden and closed behind the closet door. That's all. However, the real child molesters, the pedophiles, are people, the groomers, they are people who find themselves in powerful political positions, in religious powerful positions, the preacher, the priest, the bishop, etc., and in heterosexual and sometimes married men. Okay? So, in moving the scope towards schools and LGBTQIA, DeSantis is factually defending pedophiles. He's taking your attention away from actual pedophiles whom you won't know about until your child is 20 or 30 years old and says, hey, mom, guess what happened to me when I was 10? And you left me in the trusted care of this man or this other priest or this politician or whatever. You're going to find that out, but it'll be too late because DeSantis is not focusing on the real pedophiles. Look at the history of all people who have been caught abusing children. Okay, they're not LGBTQIA. They are very seldom are they ever teachers. Most of them are people in positions of power. Okay, but anyways, I didn't say there were no teachers, just seldom. Now, it is very shameful, okay, that our politicians are behaving like communist leaders, exaggerating and blatantly lying about situations that are happening in order to keep us divided, in order to be able to keep corporations and billionaires in their positions. How they exaggerate and lie? Oh, they're aborting children until the moment of birth. Are they stupid? I mean, as soon as the child is able to sustain life on his own, he is not aborted. Now, Are children born dead sometimes? Yes, it has always happened. That is not abortion. That is just something that Mother Nature does. But politicians will use a grain of something happening to turn it into, oh, there was this big tree. That's a lie. And we have to be able to identify that and call it what it is, a freaking lie. And the idea is to maintain corporations and millionaires without us calling attention to what's happening. Now, let's be clear. The majority of us are not going to be millionaires, billionaires, nor are we going to have large corporations. Okay? We're going to work until we're very tired, until we're 70, no longer have the energy that we had in our 20s and 30s to be able to enjoy the fruits of the labor. Okay? Most of the time, we have maybe 2 weeks of vacation a year, and usually not enough money to enjoy it as much as we would like to. Now, as the future leaders of our world, because if you don't like where you live, you need to change it. Not move, but change the situation where you live. Are all politicians liars? No. That's like saying that all young people are bad. No. Some are stupid, some are lazy, some just don't know where they are. You need to train them, teach them a little bit about, hey, learn about your world, right? Some are grown as adults. I don't know why. So there are some young people that are plain all adults since they were born. But anyways, there's differences. The same thing happens with politicians. Some do not know where they are. They need to be guided, and it depends on who's guiding them. There are others that they know where they are, but they are forced because of money. In other words, if you don't do what I tell you, Daddy Bucks won't pay you for your next election. So you better do what I tell you. And that's one of the things that that has been true forever, and we have to change that. There are other politicians who are just the ideology, no matter how black it looks to you, they like it because they are part of that ideology. They are the millionaires, they are the billionaires, and they like that the people are lied to in order to support them in their way to the top, kind of thing. So we are the teachers. We have our classroom. Our classroom is our politics. And we need to be able to understand who our politicians are. Not just, oh, he's against abortion. Yeah, but how many other policies he has that enslave people? So you have to understand, yeah, abortion is not the one plus ultra. That's what the church, and this is why you have to understand that you have to be a leader and learn to think about your politics, because our priests lying, yes. Our preachers lying, yes. Just like politicians. And I told you guys before, there was a priest that has been in the church, had been in the church for a long time, told me, hey, you think politics are dirty, you ought to see the politics in the church. They tell politicians, move, let me show you how it's done. So we have to be aware of our work as teachers. Our work is to be able to understand the facts and be able to identify this priest is lying, this politician is lying. But we can't just say that because somebody else said something. We have to go and look for the proof, okay? The evidence. And it can't just be evidence of, well, it's because he said so or somebody else said no. When you say something, you better bring the proof of what you're saying. It is tiring, but if you do not engage in this work, you are quietly accepting to be part of the slave trade where you and your children are slaves with less dignity than the children of billionaires who are, since they're 20, 30, having months and weeks of vacations based on the work of your back and the back of your children. Okay? The worker usually works from 12 to 16 years old up until we're 70. By that time, we're too tired to enjoy whatever fruits of labor we have. It is our decision to either be a slave of a political and religious system or do the same thing that Adam and Eve did. Open our eyes and be responsible for our liberty. Till the next one.